The rain hammered against the windshield as David Carter, a 34-year-old traveling salesman, drove into the small mountain town of Ash Hollow. His GPS had died nearly an hour ago. His phone had no signal, and the only hotel still lit at midnight was an old Victorian building called the Ravenwood Inn. The elderly receptionist greeted him with a tired smile. "One room left," she said, sliding an old brass key across the counter. "Room 217. David signed the register without thinking. As he picked up the key, the receptionist grabbed his wrist. "Whatever you hear tonight, do not open the door across the hall." David frowned. There isn't a room across the hall. The receptionist's face turned pale. There shouldn't be. Room 217 looked ordinary enough. Old wooden furniture, a ticking grandfather clock, a single bedside lamp. Outside, thunder rolled across the mountains. David laughed at himself. Ghost stories were good for business in little towns like this. He showered, climbed into bed, and tried to sleep. Then 3 slow knocks echoed through the hallway. Knock, knock, knock. He looked through the peephole. The hallway was empty, except a door stood directly opposite his room, dark red, old, covered in strange symbols. He was certain it hadn't been there earlier. The next morning, the hallway was normal again. No mysterious door, only a blank wall. When David asked the receptionist, she refused to answer. Instead, she whispered, "It only appears to people who are invited." Invited by who? She simply looked away. The second night, the knocking returned. This time, a woman's voice spoke from the other side. "Please, help me." David felt every instinct telling him to ignore it, but the crying sounded real, desperate, terrified. He reached for the handle. The moment his fingers touched it, the crying stopped. Complete silence. Then another voice, his own. "Don't open it." David stumbled backward. His own voice continued speaking. "If you open that door, you'll take my place." Unable to sleep, David searched the town library the next morning. The old newspapers revealed a forgotten tragedy. 40 years earlier, the Ravenwood Inn had burned to the ground. Every guest escaped, except one, room 217. The victim was never identified. Locals believed the fire had awakened something beneath the hotel. Something that didn't kill people, it collected them. David decided to leave immediately. He packed his bags, started his car, and drove away. 5 miles later, he passed a faded road sign, "Welcome to Ash Hollow." Again, he kept driving. 20 minutes later, the same sign. Again. No matter which road he chose, he always returned to the hotel. It was as if the town itself refused to let him leave. That night, the red door appeared again. This time it slowly opened by itself. Inside was complete darkness. No walls, no floor, only endless blackness. Then a man stepped out. The man looked exactly like David. Same face, same clothes, same terrified eyes. "I'm sorry," the other David whispered. "I stayed too long." Before David could react, the copy shoved him through the doorway. He fell into darkness. The red door slammed shut. The next morning, guests saw David checking out of the hotel. He smiled politely, loaded his suitcase into his car, and drove away. Everything appeared normal, except for one thing. When he looked into the rearview mirror, his reflection never blinked. Back at the hotel, the receptionist quietly crossed another name from an old leather book. Then she wrote a new one beneath it. David Carter, room 217, was available again, waiting for its next guest. Lesson: some warnings aren't meant to scare you. They're meant to save you. Curiosity can open doors that should remain closed forever. If this story kept you watching until the end, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. A new nightmare is waiting in the next video.